Mirëmbrëma mami të dashur, po takohemi edhe këtë edicion e emisionin tonë në distrikt, ku sonte do flasim për një temë e cila lidhet ngushtë me mirëqenien fizike dhe atë mendore të vajzave. Është Pilates, pse po bëhet kaq popullor? Cilat janë përfitimet reale dhe si mund ta përfshijmë në rutinën tonë ditore? Le të hyjmë në detaje. Sonte kam kënaqësinë që të ftuar kam në fakt mysafirën tonë Belli, se cila vjen nga Amerika dhe normalisht që intervistën do ta realizojmë në gjuhën angleze. Do të flasim për ardhin e saj këtu dhe hapjen e saj të biznesit Pilates në Prishtinë. Today, I'm excited to introduce our special guest, Baileys, all the way from United States, who has brought her passion and experience to Pristina by opening her own studio of Pilates. Bailey, welcome and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. Ship Shumpak, so English for
you
today.
Started well,
Shumir.
English for today, okay. Baileys, again, welcome to the show. And I know you took a really bold step actually by moving completely your place and starting to opening your own business.
Yeah.
Let's talk a bit about your journey.
Okay.
How was it?
Yeah, so it's been 14 years since the first time I came to Kosovo. So my husband is Albanian. He's originally from Pristina. He had moved to the US during the war, and then his family stayed there. So when I met him, we started traveling here. We would stay 1 week. We would start to make it a little bit longer, until finally we said, okay, we just really love Pristina. It's time to just move there.
Okay, so you agreed, or you...
I like to say that I brought him back.
You brought him back. Okay, that's nice. So it was not that difficult to open your business here. You planned it, you had time to think about this.
I had time. I didn't know that moving here would be opening a business, to be honest. It was more an experience that I wanted. I have 2 kids. They're half Albanian, and I wanted them to really experience living here and like connecting with their culture. And so that was the reason that we moved. It wasn't to open the business. And once we came here, it was just a natural step because that's what I already did for work. So if we were going to be here long term, I needed to find something to do for work. So for me, it made sense. Like everything fell into place really nicely. We also had help from my family from Visar's family who does live here year round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were thinking about your career path, but you also were thinking about your kids, that you wanted to have them cultural Albanian.
Exactly.
So how do you like the cultural Albanian?
I love it so much.
Okay.
I think when I first met my husband, I was 21, and I was introduced to his family and his father's uncles' families. They all live in the same area. And so it was like, I call it Little Kosovo because they still, they made traditional food and all of them spoke Albanian to each other. And so I was exposed to the culture before I even moved here or before I started traveling here. So it didn't feel like unfamiliar. It felt like I had a base knowledge of the culture.
You knew already the mentality.
Yeah, a bit. I learned it through them. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that when I was young, it was something that was new to me. But now it just feels really familiar and it feels like a part of me now
like
as
you're
well.
Home.
Yeah, exactly. It does.
Okay, that's so cool.
Yeah.
What has the response been like from the community in Pristina?
Honestly, I feel like it's been really positive. In terms of the Pilates studio, we have a lot of clients and I have a lot of teachers now. I have 8 people that work at the studio.
Okay.
All of them are Albanian speaking. All of them were born and raised in Pristina. And so we're able to offer a lot of Albanian classes. Mine aren't yet. I will start to add a little bit more in.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's nice because it gives everyone in the community like a at-home feeling. It doesn't have to all be in English or all be my classes.
Yeah, so people don't feel maybe intimidated or
exactly.
not come. They should
exactly.
Feel
it's
like
their home. They should feel
home.
that it's at home. Yeah.
What motivated you to choose Pilates maybe as your career path?
When I first had my kids, I had already had my bachelor's degree in marketing and communications. And at that time, I decided that I wanted to stay at home with my kids. So I did for a couple years, but I never felt like being home all the time and not working was my path. I always wanted to have kids and be there for them, but also have something that was mine. And I started going to Pilates. My daughter's now 12, and so it was 12 years ago when I started doing Pilates, yoga, bar.
Okay.
And I started taking classes, and I decided to get certified at that time because I was, wanting some time for myself, something that I could think about and enjoy. Yeah.
How does maybe your experience help women after giving birth on Pilates?
So I would say that both physically, mentally, even emotionally, you can really see changes after birth. First off, your body went through a lot of changes when you're pregnant, and afterwards you need to strengthen your core again. And sometimes when your stomach gets bigger, your abs can kind of separate, and Pilates is the best workout for really bringing everything back in a safe way, not just quickly. Like, it's nice and it's gentle on a woman's body.
Okay.
So there's that, but also the mental aspect of it. Anytime you exercise, and especially in a space where you feel really safe and you're with other women, it's really good for your mental state. You release these hormones that are like dopamine, serotonin, these things that are really good for your brain that can make you get through your postpartum or through your changes a lot
maybe build
easier.
A confidence more at that time.
Exactly.
How do you think for now, these years, maybe, does women are going more to Pilates, or when years before after giving birth, were like running through the gym maybe?
Yeah. I think that there's a very big trend of women wanting to do Pilates, but not just women, maybe women here in Kosovo, but in the US, I saw a huge trend of men doing it as well.
Okay.
Because I think that it's good to do both. I don't think that you should totally ditch the gym, but I do think that Pilates is a missing piece that you can't get at the gym, which is this slow strength, this strength that you can get that it's very safe for the body, it's good for your joints, it's really good for the core, and you see the results without having to push yourself so much like you do in the gym to see results.
Yeah, maybe kind of a meditation?
It's a combination, because it can feel hard. Like you can be holding a plank and feel very shaky and feel like you're really using every muscle in your body, but you're also doing that in stretching positions and in positions that your body can really move. Yeah,
actually, I've heard a lot of people that go to the gym and work very hard at the gym. Maybe they cannot do so much exercises at the Pilates because it's not that easy.
It's not that easy, but there's lots of levels. So even beginners, even someone who hasn't worked out before, can come to a reformer class, especially because we have different tiers. We have like entry level, beginner level, and advanced level.
Yeah, okay.
So even someone who has an injury, it can sometimes be used for a physical therapy where you rehab your shoulder, your back, anything like this.
Yeah. Okay. In Kosovo also is known that the food is a lot of traditional food involved.
Albanian food.
Which is your favorite dish, maybe?
Okay, favorite, pita mikungo.
Okay.
But I love flea. I love anything that's like turshi, like anything that's pickled like this. I love
all the traditional food.
Everything. Fasul.
Okay.
I felt like we really matched there, and my accent was very good.
Yes. Very good. So you eat all those?
I do. So my mother-in-law is here half the year in the US. When she's here, she's making these things, and she's such a good cook. So I feel like when she's here, I'm eating it often.
Yeah.
When she's not as often.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
How you manage working Pilates and eating maybe all those foods when she's here?
Okay, so it's more like a treat on the weekends, but balance, I always say this, balance is key. So if I know I'm having something that's very heavy in the evening, I'll eat something lighter, I'll eat a lot of vegetables, I'll eat bone broth, these things that are clear for the body during the day, and then you save your chance to have a really nice meal later in the day.
To be fit, maybe.
Exactly.
So knowing that flia is very heavy.
So heavy,
And you
but
cannot
so
stay,
good.
yeah, but maybe you cannot stay that fit. You
Yeah.
should just do balance.
Balance.
Yeah.
And
okay.
not overeating either. I think it's important, like, to enjoy yourself, have some, but don't go crazy.
Did you learn something to do from the traditional food for your husband, maybe?
To make,
Yes.
I did turshi for the first time this past year when it was all in the grocery stores and they have all the tools and everything.
Yeah.
So I went and I made it. It was good. It wasn't as good as my mother-in-law's.
Yeah, I was.
But when she cooks, she doesn't have specific measurements. So she's just putting everything in. I'm like, how can I learn?
Yeah, that's very true. Our moms are used to saying you put a bit of this,
Exactly,
and a bit of that.
exactly.
It's called like with tahmin.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, they don't have a correct or one recipe.
Exactly.
Okay. Do you think that the new generation is maybe becoming more health conscious, not just about the food, but even though the exercise that we are talking nowadays for the Pilates and everything else? How do you see maybe from the first time you came here and going on?
I do think so. I think that you see it in the fact that there are more gyms, more Pilates studios. I think that there's so many places to go and all of them seem to be busy. There's a lot. We have a lot of 20-something-year-olds, but we also have a lot of the older generation too. I think in general, it's not just the younger generation that's more aware. I think that we as a community have more information on being healthy. And so I'm seeing all ages coming in more often than maybe they used to.
Yeah. Now that we are in the time that is also Ramadan and people are fasting, how do you suggest that they could go even though in Pilates and while fasting?
We made some changes in our studio for Ramadan. The first thing is we're offering some free water and dates. So if anybody comes like right at the time to break fast, they have something there at the studio. But we're also going a little bit lighter this month. So if there are people who aren't fasting, we still have our advanced classes, but we have a lot more that are going to be supporting having less calories, which is in return less energy.
Yeah. What advice do you give to the girls who want to continue being on Pilates, but they are feeling tired maybe from fasting?
I think that the hardest part is just coming. And then once you're there and we have these classes adjusted to your energy level, I think that you'll find that it's just fine. Like you'll be able to do it, but it's getting the energy to go or knowing that it's still going to benefit you, because being fit is about being consistent. And you can't have these times that you're just not coming for a full month, or you're going to see it's going to go backwards a little bit.
Yeah.
So consistency is really important no matter what level you're doing. You don't have to go as hard as you normally do, but to just show up and move your body, I think is still really important.
Have you ever tried personally fasting?
I've fasted, not for Ramadan, but I've fasted before, and I think it's really healthy. It's nice to detox the body.
Yeah, actually, a lot of studies nowadays tell that the Ramadan is really a part of a really good maybe diet, that people do it not only for the Ramadan, but it's like a detox for your body. So it helps our body to be more healthy.
Yeah, definitely. I think overall, there's a couple of things that are really healthy about Ramadan, not just the fasting, but also just the togetherness that people have at iftar. I think that's really mentally healthy. And in a time that we're always on our phones or always on technology, to be able to put it down and focus a little bit more on togetherness, I think that mentally that's very healthy as well.
Yeah, right. You came from America and you are very traditional about our culture.
Oh, thank you.
How come you and your husband, Matt, do you change the cultural way about when you met him, or you're just like the cultural Albanian?
I think that both. I think that I changed a little bit, and I think that he also changed to fit my family as well. And both of us found things that we wanted to change. And I think that this is why we're really lucky, or at least I think that we're lucky, because I got to see his side of how his family does things, how his culture is. He got to see the same for me. And then we got to choose our favorite things about both and blend it together.
Yeah, that's
So
perfect.
yeah, it was nice for me. I think that there wasn't so many changes. It's not like somebody who knew me when I was younger would say I'm so different than I am now. But there are certain ways, certain things that I've adopted that I really like about this culture.
Of course.
Yeah.
How are you in home? Do you bring work at your home, or you're a good switch off?
I used to be very bad at this, but
Okay.
I've worked on it and now I'm pretty good at it, because I think that Visar and I, my husband and I, are doing different things throughout the day. And so when we get home, we might have some time where we're reflecting on the day, saying what we did that day. But then moving forward from that, it's always just about the kids and talking about them. What do they want to talk about? Right now, it's about Star Wars. So
it came naturally, maybe.
yeah, I think so. Exactly.
That's good.
It hasn't always been easy, because sometimes I do talk about work.
I do that actually a lot. And I don't do it on purpose. I'm trying to work on that. But I see that most of the times when I'm with my friends and my family, I talk a lot about work.
When it's something you do all day,
Yeah.
what else? Yeah, it's
What
hard
else you
not
gonna
to.
talk?
I know, exactly. It is hard.
Is he supportive, your husband, of your career?
Very much so. He, even if my girl that works on the front desk, Rhea, hi Rhea, if she's gone, he will help me at the front desk.
Wow,
So
that's so
he's done
cool.
everything to support me in this, definitely. I can say 100% he's been supportive.
On Albanian men, they are know that maybe they can be a little dramatic. How is being married to you, an Albanian man? Is it calm or dramatic?
It depends on the situation, okay? The house, it can be really calm. Driving, not so much.
Driving, not so much.
I won't repeat what he says in the car.
Okay. Do cultural difference maybe create funny or challenging situation between you?
I think that there's been challenging in the past, because I communicate everything. And I think that for most Albanian men, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't so used to communicating emotions or how they're feeling about something. It's more of like a shut off.
Or maybe it's like you want to trigger on a conflict or something.
Yeah,
they don't
exactly,
understand.
exactly. So I think that took time. And now, I mean, we've been together for 14 years now. So we've definitely, if we were having this interview maybe 10 years ago, I would have been like, oh, it's so hard. But we've worked through things, and I think that we communicate really well now. And there are language barriers in the beginning, there were, but funny, cute ones, nothing that's so,
well, what's something that you remember when you say?
One of the things that he always changes is in and on. So it's like in the table instead of on the table, because I think in Albanian, it's the same word, is it?
Maybe in, on.
Something like this.
Okay.
He always changes the two. So sometimes he'll tell me where something is, and I'm like, it's in here. And I'm like looking for something, but it's on, it's not in.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's yours, maybe, that he laughs about it?
Oh, okay. So maybe not with language in English, but when I'm speaking Albanian, he can laugh so hard at my, like when I'm trying to say a Y and I'm like, ooh, and he's like, ooh, and I'm like, ooh. And to me, it sounds the same.
Yeah. I know why it might look funny, because I
think the placement of my tongue is not the same. And I don't roll my R's so much. So something can be like mir, you know, like very like flat. And so when I'm speaking, he's a little bit trying to help me with the accent, and I'm not so good.
Okay, he might not be laughing. He should support you more in this.
Tell him.
I saw actually a beautiful photo of you. You posted on story. It was with the traditional Albanian clothing.
Ah, yesterday.
Yesterday, yes.
Yeah, that was AI. I used AI for it.
I thought it was you wearing those actually.
We used AI to put that on me, but I still think that it would be so fun to have a time where I can put the
Have you ever tried it, any of traditional clothes?
I went into some of the tailors that are in Prizren that have those really beautiful long vests, like the golden weaved ones.
Yes.
And I tried them on. I've never owned one, but I've had it on before, and I think that it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
These clothes are stunning.
So you never really wear them. in
not for an event
any
or anything like
event.
this. No,
Yeah.
not yet.
Did you have any cultural maybe moments during your life with husband that might shock you
From him being Albanian, you
yes,
mean?
from him being Albanian?
Okay, so the first one that I didn't understand in the beginning is that the newest or youngest wife is the one that's serving the tea and everything.
Yes.
Okay, so this in the beginning was shocking for me because I always, my dad can help with serving things, and my mom, and like my brother, everyone. And so having some kind of a you know, like even a way that you serve, like who you're serving first and things like this, that was more shocking for me in the beginning. But now I like to help with everything, and I
like to help with everything.
Yeah. I might do it in a different way than traditionally everyone does, but I like to be helpful, and I like to see that my mother-in-law is comfortable and proud, you know?
How is she comfortable with you?
In the beginning, and she will tell you this as well, it was hard. I think, so my husband is the only son, and they were living in the US where it was directly after the war that they moved, and I think that they really wanted to hold their culture like really tight to them.
Yeah.
And so having their only son dating an American, I think was hard. And I understand that now. At the time, it was hard for Visar and I, and we didn't really understand their side of things. But now that I have done so much, like learning the culture and the history of Kosovo, I understand now where she was coming from.
Yeah.
And I get along with her so well now. Like Najmi and I, we get along so well.
I'm sure it's a very important part of being in a healthy relationship to have a good communication with the family.
Definitely.
And you look like very familiar and very traditional, so I really enjoy to have this interview with you.
Thank you so much. Maybe next time we do the interview, we will do it in Albanian, and I will learn
I hope so. I really,
me too.
I would love to hear. Even if you sound funny, I would enjoy it.
Thank you.
Baileys, we are actually in our a few minutes that we close this interview, and I really enjoyed it.
Me too.
Even though it went so fast. How do you advise or suggest girls to come at Nomi Pilates maybe, or to be a part of it? Those girls that feel insecure, maybe they want to come, but they feel insecure being a part of it.
Every single student that we have at Nomi started feeling that way, because nobody in the city was like the best at Pilates and coming and already had this this idea of what it was. Some people had no idea the difference between, we have two studios there. One has mat classes and one has reformer. Nobody knew the difference between the two. And it started this only 7 months ago. It hasn't been open so long. So we're still getting new students all the time. And I can say that almost no one who comes in knows what they're doing. Everybody is new. And that's amazing, because that means that all of the clients that we have, and we have over 100 every day.
Okay.
All of these clients have been new and have been in that situation where they felt insecure, they didn't know, they were getting familiar. But I can say that I'm really proud of the girls that work there. We've worked together as a team to make sure that everybody feels really comfortable. Maybe since we have so many teachers, you try a little bit of everything, and then you find the teachers that really speak to you.
Yes,
and
you find yourself.
Exactly, you find your version, because there are so many classes that we offer: yoga, meditation, bar. We just incorporated one that's called HIIT Pilates, and it's alternating between spinning classes, like a stationary bike, and Pilates on a mat. And so there's a little bit of cardio, and then of course the reformers, and we offer 16 classes a day.
16 classes a day.
So there's just there's something for everyone. I believe that.
You can find yourself.
I believe that.
Not in reformers, but gradually you'll find yourself.
And the first step, just coming, I think is the hardest part.
Yeah.
And then if you come
there.
one time and you love it, then you'll be so happy that you made it a part of your routine.
Yes.
Yeah.
the last question I want to ask you is maybe you have a lot of singers and artists that are very famous in Pristina, in Kosovo in general. So which one of them is the most disciplined one?
Rina Balai.
Rina Balai.
She comes in the mornings to the 9:15 class, and she's so consistent, and she's there a lot, and she's getting so strong, and it's like really amazing to see. Yeah.
Which one is the not disciplined one?
Ooh, it depends. So this is like anyone who, I can say that there are a few that travel all the time because they're always doing concerts and always all over the world, to be honest. And it would be like Defina Zachiri, Dorata Dora, Tuna even, like they all have concerts and they're all moving around a lot. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Baylis, I really enjoyed having you tonight. Thank you
so
for
much
being here, and I hope to see you again.
I hope so too. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Mirë të dashur, këtu po e përmbyllim edhe këtë edicion të emisionit të Strikte. Nesër bashkë do të shihemi të dielën e ardhshme. Deri atëherë, mirë mbëjtje.